Today, old Donald was actually sitting across from New York Attorney General Letitia James. Of course, they are investigating the Trump organization for lying about the value of their property, engaging in tax fraud, insurance fraud, and violating banking laws. Now, he sat for 4 hours. Now, y'all, Donald Trump been fighting this thing for a long, long time, and they kept losing in court. He had to finally sit down, and for 4 hours, all he did was plead the fifth. But didn't he once say this about pleading the fifth?
On the site yet. It'll be on the site soon. Don't worry. I'm gonna let you.
You see, the mob takes the fifth.
Don't worry.
If you're innocent,
I'ma
why are you
scam you
taking
soon.
the Fifth Amendment?
All right, play the right video.
You see, the mob takes the fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment? You see, the mob takes the fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
That's a good question, Donald. If you're innocent, why in the hell did you plead for the fifth for 4 hours? Tish James showed up for this deposition, Monique, and sat across from him the entire time. You know they had to pain him to have to look at a black woman for 4 hours who's been breathing down his neck, who he's been trashing left and right. And so if you're innocent, why you plead the fifth? It's his right, but she's not giving up on trying to get to the bottom of the Trump organization. Monique?
Right. So there's plenty of reasons why, if you're innocent, you would still plead the fifth. He was ignorant when he made the statement. He wasn't ignorant today when he followed his lawyer's advice and asserted his Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination. You have to be very specific about that, though. So it would have to be true that there is an investigation afoot, or a very real chance that you could be exposed to criminal sanctions or criminal liabilities if you answer the questions. So there will be an adverse inference against him. That's the way the law works. If this moves forward and it goes to trial, then the fact that he refused to answer will, his right to remain silent will, in a civil case, be used against him. But I'm sure he did the only thing that he could do, not just because of the precarious nature of the questions that he was being asked, but because his lawyers know that he loves a lie. He lies like he breathes. And so him asserting his Fifth Amendment rights meant he doesn't get to answer a question, which means he doesn't add perjury to the potential charges that could be filed against him. So all in all, whatever lawyers he found for this, they did the best they could by him. And I am certain that bison, Tish James, will keep going.
Robert.
You know, I find it interesting, particularly in this case, because if you look at the last 2 weeks for Donald Trump, it reads like something out of a Shonda Rhimes show. You know, a couple weeks ago, your ex-wife falls down the stairs, you bury her on your golf course. Then after that, your house in Florida gets raided by the FBI. Then a couple of days later, you're sitting down for a deposition in New York for your other criminal case. At the same time, your other criminal case in Georgia, there's subpoenas being issued for Rudy Giuliani, your former lawyer, and for Lindsey Graham. You can't make this kind of stuff up. I think that's why you don't have shows like Scandal and House of Cards on TV anymore, because reality has become far more absurd than anything that a writer could put into one of them. I think that Donald Trump, the reason he took the fifth is because he had to take the fifth. There's absolutely no benefit to him for testifying. The only thing he would do is put himself in a place where he will commit perjury, either knowingly or accidentally. And quite frankly, I'm glad that he finally got himself some real lawyers. I want people who still believe in this stop the steal stuff to notice something. The lawyers that Donald Trump was using to go around the country to challenge all the elections, the TV lawyers, the Rudy Giuliani's, etc., they're not here for the actual criminal cases. The reason is he understands that you need a real lawyer because he might land his ass in jail. So he went out there and hired some real people, not these cartoon lawyers that he had previously. So these are important things to watch. We're going to see these develop going forward. But these prosecutors are not playing with him. He understands that, and the chances of jail time go up with each case. The idea that he will get free of all of these cases, he's not Frank Underwood. Some of these are going to come home to roost on him.
Jason, bottom line here, here's a man, he lies about lies. And look, in the fact of the fact, this fool, we know he's lied about the value of his property. He lies to tout it, then he lies, and by lowering it for tax reasons, they got the goods on his ass and they know it. And I can't wait till this thing goes to trial.
Yeah, I think the evidence is overwhelming. I don't, from what I've read, I don't think Tish James actually needs him to make a statement. And I think, it's possible that some of these other people are gonna do the speaking for him. What is it, Goldblatt? I'm forgetting the gentleman's name. At any rate, and Michael Cohen, I think, gave a lot of evidence in that particular case. I think that one of the things about Trump is I know it pained him to take the fifth. I think he wanted to talk because he thinks he can outsmart people. And so, for his personality, for him to have to remain silent and not, with the hubris that he has and the ego that he has, and to sit across from a black woman and know that she has him in checkmate, I think frustrated him to no end. This is why, of course, he went right after that deposition and went and, released this long prepared statement that I'm not sure he prepared, but I'm sure he had some input on it, because I think it pained him to know he's being outsmarted, to know that he really had nothing to say. He couldn't retort back. He was president when it would have been best for him to stay quiet, but he had to talk. So I think, pretty much his lawyers twisted his arm for his benefit, and that's why he pleaded the fifth.
Robert?
I think Jason is absolutely correct on that. I think going forward, we're going to see him being hauled before more and more DAs for depositions. He'll be hauled into trial. I think that Republicans are delusional on this idea that Donald Trump is somehow going to run for president in 2024, and especially win the presidency in 2024. This concept is foreign, and I think this is what makes the raid on Mar-a-Lago even more significant, because people are saying, well, this is just a ploy to stop him from running in 2024. No, this is because he's committed so many crimes that there are no longer any places to hide them. The real question is going to be whether or not Trump flees the country before 2024, not whether or not he runs for president in 2024.
Absolutely. I just love the fact that he finally has to sit down. He fights these things left and right, and now it happens. He did issue a long statement. I don't really give a shit. I'm not going to read it. All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment.
When we invest in ourselves, our glow, our vision, our vibe, we all shine. Together, we are black beyond measure.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?